have one other thing for you also. One other little surprise.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the prank-filled moments from celebrity interviews that left us in stitches, whether the stars were the masterminds or the unsuspecting targets.
The interesting thing is it's actually made by...
Number 20. Billie Eilish scares superfan Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa was a huge Billie Eilish fan and wanted to be in a video, so we kind of made that happen.
Before Ellen DeGeneres made headlines for her alleged toxic work environment, she made headlines for pranking guests on her now-defunct talk show. One standout moment featured a special partner in crime, Billie Eilish. As Melissa McCarthy, a Billie Eilish superfan, showed off her parody of Eilish's Bad Guy music video, the singer jumped out of a box, sending McCarthy into a full-blown scream.
Do you know that if she probably...
Oh my God! Once the shock wore off, McCarthy laughed it off. Eilish, of course, was all smiles, giving McCarthy a big hug and even approving her version of the video.
I'm still weirdly shaken. You're just not supposed to experience that.
It turns out their connection goes beyond fandom. McCarthy revealed that Eilish's mom was actually her first improv teacher.
And her mom, maybe I said this for her mom was my first improv teacher.
Oh, way!
Baird, who was amazing.
Number 19. Ben Affleck sneaks Matt Damon onto Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Please welcome Ben Affleck.
Matt Damon and Jimmy Kimmel's legendary feud reached hilarious new heights when Damon finally made it onto Jimmy Kimmel Live. Well, sort of. With a little help from his bestie Ben Affleck, the Good Will Hunting star attempted to sneak in under an oversized coat, literally strapped to Affleck during Kimmel's After the Oscars special.
Well, you know, you do the superhero movie and so you get muscle and then muscle turns to fat, you know.
Wow, I mean, really?
Off and on and off cycle.
Jimmy, of course, saw right through the ridiculous ruse.
What is going on here? It's moving.
No, it's not.
What the hell is going on here? What is this?
Why are you touching me?
Well, I'm not touching you.
But Damon wasn't fazed. He soaked in every second of his not quite official guest appearance, stating,
This feels amazing.
His moment in the spotlight didn't last long, though, as Guillermo promptly hauled him away.
Dickie, please. Yeah.
Number 18. Ryan Reynolds and co. crash It Ends With Us junket. Ryan Reynolds' signature trolling was in full force as he hijacked a press junket for It Ends With Us to grill his wife Blake Lively's co-star, Brendan Sklenar.
It's not every day the husband gets to interview his wife's love interest in a film. It's kind of crazy.
I don't remember seeing this on the schedule.
Dive in, shall we?
Crashing the interview, Ryan quickly called out a suggestive photo of Brandon and Blake, only to swap it for one of Brandon's, assets. Things escalated when Ryan's mom, Tammy, jumped in.
Hello, Brandon.
No.
And just when it couldn't get wilder, Ryan asked if Brandon could be his new father figure, since Hugh Jackman is no spring chicken.
It says Ryan would love to have a new dad to have a catch. And I think he could really use a man in his life. Hugh is no spring chicken anymore. Blink once for yes, or blink once for I'd love to be your new dad.
Right on cue, Hugh crashed the party too, playfully grilling Brandon about messing with his best buddy's wife.
You do understand you can't even get into preschool unless you take a person's life with your own bare hands.
If only the movie made headlines just for this. Number 17. Chris Pratt's NSFW confession.
Can you do that?
Nope.
No?
Chris Pratt proved he's the ultimate good sport when he got roped into a hilarious prank interview with Smosh's Ian Hecox and Anthony Padilla. Promoting Jurassic World, Chris had no idea he was walking into one big, goofy setup. The fun started with an absurdly long handshake that he politely endured, but things escalated when Ian asked him to call his mom and confess he had an STD.
He's gonna call your mom?
And tell her that I have herpes?
She doesn't need to know that.
She does.
Most stars would have bailed, but Chris, he actually made the call, leaving what might be the most legendary celebrity voicemail ever. What a champ!
Hi, Sharon. This is Chris Pratt calling. How you doing? Hey, listen, I'm here with your son Ian, and he's contracted a venereal disease.
And I might have kissed her, so she should probably.
Anyways, he thinks that maybe he could have kissed you. and he wants to make sure that if you're showing any symptoms that you'll know what that's from. Although I don't know why kissing you would transmit to you genital herpes, but okay. Anyways, this, like I said, Dr. Chris Pratt, call your son back and we'll talk then.
Number 16, Jared Leto's gift to Jimmy Fallon.
What do you have there? Well, you know, the Joker is a big giver of gifts. Have you guys heard about this?
Back in 2016, Jared Leto took his Suicide Squad Joker antics to the next level, both on and off screen. Fully embracing his villainous side, Leto had a special surprise in store when he stopped by The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
Because I've heard that the Joker's giving people like rats and things and stuff.
Carrying a mysterious gift from Mr. J himself, Jared built up the suspense as Jimmy unwrapped the box. At first, the reveal seemed like a dud until a live snake suddenly tumbled out, sending Fallon into full-blown panic mode.
Get down, Joker! Snake! Oh no! Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 Batman, go on in there! Psych!
If it wasn't clear from his reaction, Fallon is legitimately terrified of snakes. Throw in a deranged love note from the Joker, and the prank was complete.
I thought I said enjoy my snake. It's long and skinny and tasty to taste.
Number 15, Anne Hathaway's Clementine claim.
You've learned something really fascinating. I've heard about this before.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if they have.
It seems like every day a celebrity is trying to sell us the latest life-changing health product or method. Well, leave it to Anne Hathaway to show us how easily we can be duped.
I found a book in there by this guy who used to be really big called Dr. Q, and he wrote a book called Citrus Healing.
During an appearance on Ellen, Anne shared all the amazing ways citrus fruits can improve your life, including a bizarre meditation method. First, you peel a clementine, breathe through it, and make monster sounds. Anne had the whole audience take part in this so-called technique.
You go, can you guys do it? And then you breathe out.
They later found themselves in stitches when they realized they'd been fooled on national TV.
That's impossible. I made the whole thing up.
What?
It was all part of Hathaway's resolution to use her fame to prank as many people as possible.
Was to use my fame to prank a whole lot of people at once.
Wow.
Number 14, Bryan Cranston is a big Saturdays fan. Leave it to Bryan Cranston to pull off a brilliant prank on UK pop star Molly King.
I'm a big fan of yours. I've been a big fan of yours for many years, actually.
Really?
Yes, I did.
It all went down during a BBC Radio 1 interview where, with the help of host Matt Edmondson, Cranston pretended to be a diehard fan of King's band, The Saturdays.
What is your favorite Saturdays song? Do you have one that you like?
Gosh,
that
there's
comes
so
to
many.
mind?
I think Up is probably something that...
Yeah, it's quite high energy.
It's a high energy.
Coolest moment of my life.
The Breaking Bad star claimed his kids introduced him to their music, and he went on to prove his fandom, even fake knowing the lyrics.
I'm fired up and I feel alive.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
This is insane.
This is the best moment ever.
As for Molly, she was overjoyed until Matt exposed the prank.
We just gave him the role of being a Saturdays superfan. He's never heard of the Saturdays before.
You're lying.
No.
Oh! I hate you both officially.
It turns out Cranston has pertinent facts piped into his headphones during their conversation. We'd say this was a masterclass in both acting and mischief.
We've got someone in Brian's ear.
No
You can ask anything.
Number 13, Katie Couric's fall. Just when James Corden thought he was in for a typical episode of his since concluded The Late Late Show, laughs turned into panic. When guest Katie Couric was making her entrance, the journalist and host took a nasty tumble down a flight of stairs.
Katie Couric!
Amid the gasps from the audience, Corden could be seen rushing over to help, only to discover it was all a prank.
Up here, James. James!
Yep, Katie popped up and jokingly asked, "Was that too mean?" Turns out it wasn't Katie at all, but a stunt double named Heidi.
Can we give it up for Heidi, my stunt double?
Corden's worst nightmare was averted. Did we mention this episode was on April Fool's Day? Number 12, The Rock gets smoshed.
Just between you and I know the cameras aren't on right now, right?
Say what?
I know the cameras are not on right now.
Keep saying what?
What?
In yet another hilarious prank from the folks at Smosh, Ian Hecox and Anthony Padilla put Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson through a series of ridiculous questions while promoting the 2014 film Hercules. And while that movie was forgettable, this chat sure wasn't. Ian, dressed as 90s era Rock, complete with a fanny pack and turtleneck, conducted the interview while Anthony fed him absurd instructions via an earpiece.
I've been working out for a while, you know. What do you think? Pretty good?
Start rolling your stomach. I think
this.
Oh.
Can you roll it? You know?
That's.
Can you do that?
I cannot do that. No, you look like you're in your second trimester.
Highlights include The Rock being subjected to Ian's abs, a freestyle rap as Hercules.
My name is Herc.
Boom, boom, rock.
You're a
boom,
jerk.
Boom, boom, rock. Boom.
And Dwayne being asked to reveal whether he was a believer or a One Directioner.
You're a directioner. I can tell.
How can you tell?
It's the hair.
Johnson, of course, played along like the true champ that he is. Number 11, Daniel Radcliffe's Japanese talk show prank. During a chat with Conan O'Brien, Daniel Radcliffe recalled a hilarious yet heartbreaking Japanese talk show prank that he was made to participate in.
But there was this one girl who got brought out to the Harry Potter set from Japan. She'd been flown over to meet us, and for some reason, they couldn't just be like, it's a nice trip, you're gonna meet the guys and see the sets. They had to be like, put us through some kind of emotional torment.
As he explained it, a devoted Harry Potter superfan traveled all the way to the film's set with the promise of meeting the cast. The show, for some reason, pulled a cruel twist, telling her she wouldn't meet anyone at all.
They told this girl who's a young fan of Harry Potter that you guys are not going to show up.
Who thinks she has expressly traveled to meet us. They were like, no, they're not gonna be there.
So she must have been crushed.
She was naturally devastated, but it was all part of an elaborate surprise. Conan shared the footage, which had viewers laughing through the awkwardness of it all. In the end, it was a touching prank, literally, as the fan continuously touched Daniel's face in shock. Number 10, Hugh Jackman, Taron Egerton, and a bottle of gin.
I thought I'd bring you a little jacket.
Nice.
Let's face it, celebrities must get offered some pretty bizarre gifts, but this one takes the cake, or rather, the bottle. When media personality Johanna James sat down with Eddie the Eagle co-stars Hugh Jackman and Taron Egerton, she had a sneaky little surprise up her sleeve, a highly suspicious bottle of homemade gin.
Is that booze?
Maybe, possibly.
Like a true champ, Jackman chugged the whole thing, only to immediately look like he regretted every life choice leading up to that moment.
Oh, man. Jackman, you never fail to surprise me.
Meanwhile, Egerton sat utterly baffled. It turns out it wasn't gin at all, just plain old water.
That was homemade. What was it, gin?
No.
No.
It's water.
It was water.
In Taron's defense, Hugh's Oscar-worthy reaction would have fooled anyone. Number 9, Jennifer Aniston's worst interview experience? Jennifer Aniston, actress, producer, certified prank master? Believe it. When charmingly awkward BBC interviewer Chris Stark sat down with Aniston to chat about her film, Horrible Bosses 2, he was ready for a fun chat. What he wasn't ready for? Getting totally wrecked by one of Hollywood's sweetest stars.
How do you, as a famous person, let them know that you like them? Is it trickier being famous?
Well, I mean, it's some. First of all, I don't think that's an extremely appropriate question.
Oh.
I'm also committed to somebody. I don't hit on people.
Yep, Aniston flipped the script, acting deeply offended by Stark's inappropriate questions. Stark squirmed and stumbled until a producer finally clued him in.
Have you ever thought about writing your own erotic fiction? You know, like 50 Shades of Grey-esque?
No.
No.
Stark said that this was his actual nightmare. Jen did offer an apology, though, clearly feeling guilty.
Sorry, Chris. I genuinely thought I was being inappropriate. I didn't know why.
No, I just can't tell you. You're just so sweet in that face. I just felt horrible doing that.
Number 8, Dominic Moynihan fake interviews Elijah Wood.
Today I will be interviewing Elijah Woods. Elijah is an incredible actor from Los Angeles, California.
While promoting Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, Elijah Wood found himself in the middle of the strangest interview of his life, and it was all courtesy of a peculiar German journalist.
What time is it in Australia?
Oh, I'm not in Australia.
You're in New Zealand?
No, I'm in New York.
New York. New Amsterdam.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, we begin now.
As the questions got weirder, Wood's confusion grew. It was clear the actor was barely holding it together as he tried to keep things professional.
Very big eyes. Very big blue eyes.
Uh-huh.
Do you think this is the reason why you are successful and famous? Big blue.
Yes.
You are famous because of this? Because of your eyes.
What he didn't know was that his co-star and fellow Hobbit, Dominic Moynihan, was behind the whole thing. By the time the truth came out, Elijah was overcome with laughter, completely wrecked by the ridiculousness of it all. We don't blame him.
Hey,
that's so awesome.
We filmed it on the DVD, so you're gonna be
Yeah! Yes!
I love you, brother.
Yes!
I'll see you soon. Hey, I'll see you in New York.
Oh, I love you. I thank you so much for doing that. That made my day.
All right, brother. Big kisses. Bye.
Number 7, interview switcheroo with Emma Watson.
The question is, would you go on a date with me?
Yes.
Good job, Joven.
If there's one thing for sure about Emma Watson, it's that she's a good sport. You see, during a Smosh interview, she found herself at the center of a hilarious setup. The target was Smosh Games co-host Joven, who just so happens to have a wee bit of a crush on the Harry Potter actress.
Hey!
Oh, hey, pleasure. Thank you.
Hi, good to meet you, Emma. You got a kiss?
He was told he was interviewing Logan Lerman for the Noah movie junket. However, it was actually Emma Watson who sat down to chat with him.
Wow, you know when they talk about butterflies in your stomach? This is cool.
To his credit, Joven didn't immediately pass out, but the sheer panic in his eyes said it all. At least Watson wasn't turned off by his I Heart Emma tattoo.
So I Heart Emma is what I have written on my arm.
That's pretty cute.
Number 6, Ellen super scares Eric Stonestreet. As we've already seen, Ellen DeGeneres loves to scare people. And when it comes to Modern Family star Eric Stonestreet, the comedian/host has scared him so many times that she actually created a scare table in his honor.
We created this table for you. This became the Eric Stonestreet scare table because we ran out of ways to scare you, so we created this table, and we're gonna now dedicate this table.
And of course, at its official dedication, she couldn't resist pulling off yet another perfectly executed prank. What makes this one so brilliant is that the table was clearly shown to be empty at the start. Yet somehow, Ellen had a performer tunnel in from backstage, ready to give Stonestreet the shock of his life.
You built a tunnel?
Poor man never saw it coming. Number 5, Paul Rudd's talk show clip.
They actually let us show a clip of it. So.
Let's take a look at this clip from the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Paul Rudd isn't just a lovable actor, he's also a legendary prankster. And nothing proves it more than the epic running gag he pulled on Conan O'Brien's talk shows. Every time Rudd appeared on Conan's show to promote a new movie, he'd set up a clip for the audience.
Let's look at this clip from This Is 40.
However, instead of actually showing a scene from his film, he'd always roll the same bizarre moment from the 1988 flick, Mac and Me, the one where poor Eric goes flying off a cliff in his runaway wheelchair.
It's such a weird thing. You write it down, you put it on the page, and then there it is in a movie, and I never, ever get used to it. Now, this is maybe the 10th time you've done this to us.
Rudd never broke, as he played it totally straight, while Conan fell for it every single time.
I can show you the other clip that I was thinking about.
I want to see it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Number 4, Ryan Seacrest wears Kim Jong-il's ashes. When it comes to over-the-top pranks, no one does it quite like Sacha Baron Cohen.
Hello, Death to the West.
Case in point, the time he showed up at the Oscars dressed as his fictional dictator character, General Aladdin. But he didn't come alone. He brought along an urn filled with what he claimed were the ashes of Kim Jong-il.
It gave me an opportunity to bring my dear friend and doubles tennis partner, Kim Jong-il. It was his dream to come to the Oscars.
And in true Cohen fashion, things took a messy turn when, mid-red carpet interview, he accidentally dumped the ashes all over Ryan Seacrest's Burberry suit.
The interesting thing is it's actually made by South Korea. No, sorry. You've got Kim Jong. Hey, you've got...
Thankfully, the ashes were just pancake mix. While Seacrest looks like he momentarily lost his cool, he eventually recovered his composure.
Well, you know, part of me thought he would be up to something, Juliana.
Number 3. That you, Drake? Way before his rap beef with Kendrick Lamar made headlines, Drake was busy beefing with unsuspecting strangers, all in the name of a good prank. In a Jimmy Kimmel live sketch, Drake went full undercover, hitting the streets in disguise to interview people about, well, himself.
Do you feel any way about Drake crying at the ESPYs? Is that like not manly?
Definitely not manly. I'd say he's a chicken head.
While plenty of fans had love for him, others were more than happy to roast the rapper to his face.
I'm Drake, so what would I would say to myself?
What would you say to yourself?
Huh?
What would you say to yourself?
What would I say to myself? Because I'm Drake, so I would say, what would I say to myself?
I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Yes.
Drake egged them on, however, spinning ridiculous fake stories just to see how far they'd go.
I don't like Drake. I think he's an actor. He's not a real rapper.
I agree, 100%.
And when the big reveal finally dropped, one poor guy was left completely stunned. We can't blame him. We'd be the same way.
Oh my God!
Yes. That just happened.
Number 2. Jennifer Lawrence flips the script.
Oh my God, I was about to cry.
You guys got me so good.
Back in the golden era of Smosh celebrity interviews, the game was simple. Anthony fed Ian ridiculous lines and awkward stunts through an earpiece, leaving him to hilariously flounder in front of A-listers. This time, however, Jennifer Lawrence was the one doing the pranking.
Are you high?
Am I high? I hope not. I don't think so, last time I checked.
Unbeknownst to Ian, the Smosh team had someone feeding Lawrence snappy comebacks to throw him completely off his game.
Will you put your shoes back on? I'm waiting for the smell to hit me.
She came at Ian with Oscar-worthy roasts, and to his credit, he powered through like a champ.
I just feel like this is like a waste of everybody's time. I'm sorry. I feel like you're not really a professional.
But just when he thought he had survived, in stormed Liam Hemsworth and Josh Hutcherson, looking ready to pick a fight. It's a prankception if we ever saw one.
Who was the interview?
I was.
You were doing the interview?
Yes.
What happened, Brad?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. John Krasinski gets nogged.
Oh no. What did John Krasinski do to me?
Jimmy Kimmel may be the king of late-night TV pranks, but John Krasinski and his wife, Emily Blunt, gave him quite the run for his money.
What? No. What is going on out there? No! Oh, no. There were innocent victims involved.
So good.
The trio engaged in years-long prank wars, pulling off elaborate stunts that included everything from real reindeer poop and office makeovers to gift-wrapped houses and even zombies.
I have to hand it to you. That is very impressive. You son of a bitch.
In 2014, Krasinski and Blunt upped the ante with a 3-night prank miss. However, Kimmel had the last laugh, staging a surprise Krasinski family yard sale.
And the good news is, you're gonna have an early morning tomorrow morning, John.
Back in the studio, Jimmy had one more surprise for John, a festive dousing of eggnog.
So one other little surprise. It's eggnog. I don't know if that's...
Have you ever pulled off an epic prank? Share the details of your favorite antics in the comments below.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.